So Donald Trump has tested positive for coronavirus, and what I'm going to be doing is talking about all the implications that could be coming from this. So as I'm filming this video, the status of Trump is a little up in the air. He is in the hospital. There are reports that he's having trouble breathing. Some people are saying that he's doing good. It's a little up in the air, but what we do know, he has tested positive. He is showing signs. It seems to be pretty unanimous. He is showing symptoms. He's not asymptomatic. Now, obviously, Donald Trump is there. There are a few risk pools that he's in. He's a little overweight. He is on the older side. He is obviously there are people that say that he has potentially has some heart problems. I know that that's a little bit more speculative. Regardless, there are reasons to think that this is a very bad thing for Trump. Now, I think the other caveat to give is that there is no question about it. He is going to be receiving the best medical care in the world. Full stop. That's like not an exaggeration. The president of the United States gets the best healthcare possible. So if he is helpable, he will be receiving what that would look like. Now, it's not just Trump. Melania also tested positive. I know Chris Christie did, Kellyanne Conway. There are multiple people within the administration that have tested positive. I think it's been pretty much confirmed that it was one of his staffers or one of his aides that gave it to him. I'm lost for the name right now, but it's not super important. And yeah, I mean, the irony is not lost on me. This is someone who has tried to downplay this virus every step of the way. He's gone as far as calling it a hoax, saying that it's not that important, it's not that big a deal, people shouldn't be concerned. Literally at the debate, a few days before he tested positive, he was making fun of Biden for wearing a mask, and that is ridiculous, and it's terrible how much he has tried to downplay this fact, let alone like how bad he has been at handling it, like in terms of policy. Just his rhetoric, I can't imagine how many people have gotten sick because of the things that he has said. Let's just put that aside. The other kind of elephant in the room I want to address is the people that are happy about this, the people that are wishing that he passes away or that he dies. I just want to be very clear, that is not my politics. That is not what I do. I don't wish death upon anyone, and frankly, I think it's kind of disgusting. I recall when in this no matter who it is, I just don't. That's not what I do. I remember when al-Baghdadi, the leader of ISIS, when Trump killed that guy, and he was talking about it, and he was saying like, oh, he died like begging like a dog or something like that, and I thought that was gross. Like I don't understand that. That's just not something that I've ever done for anyone. It's not something I'm going to do for Trump. That's not. I think that life is incredibly valuable, and you should never wish for death upon anyone. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't instances where violence is necessary. I don't consider myself a pacifist, but at the same time, I think that it is never something that should be wished for anybody. So now that's out of the way, let's talk about the implications of this. So let's go through the scenario. Like, some people are saying that maybe Trump is faking this to like help him. You know, maybe he's faking that he's sick so that he can get better and say, oh, coronavirus is not that big a deal. I see no scenario where that makes any sense. I mean, really, because like this doesn't help him. How does this help him? It makes him look ridiculous that he has tried to downplay this virus and he has gotten sick. There's no way that that makes you look good. And some people are saying maybe it will drive some sympathy. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I know that there are times when, like, you know, a president gets, I think after Reagan got shot, I think that really like drove up some support for him. Just there's something about that really, you know, obviously you have people like JFK when they were assassinated, they become a lot more popular. I just don't see that happening with this because of the way that Trump has talked about this virus. Like, it just, even if he gets better, I don't see this helps him. This has really hurt him. This is my opinion. I have no polling to back this up at the moment, but I can't imagine someone not thinking that you look at least a little silly. Even his supporters are like, yeah, you shouldn't have been saying that masks were a bad thing literally a few days before you tested positive. So just the idea that it's fake, I really don't make sense. I feel like it makes more sense that he would try to pretend that he didn't have it. I feel like that is so much more likely. And I don't know if there's speculation right now as to whether or not that was something that was considered doing. Maybe they thought like, oh, if he's asymptomatic, we just don't have to tell anybody. I don't know. But regardless, I don't think this is fake. I think that it's very real. Now, let's say the scenario that Donald Trump is unable to run. There are some people that think that, oh, this is, you know, it's important to remember it is too late to get on the ballots. And I'm pretty sure any state, like, I don't think the deadline has passed to get on your name on the ballot. So like for some like third party person, for Bernie, someone to jump in, if Donald Trump was unable to run, it seems incredibly unlikely just because you're not going to get on the ballot. That's going to be really hard to do. Obviously, if Trump is unable to run, Pence seems like the consensus that would be who would take his spot. That'd be weird if he didn't, in terms of who the Republicans are putting forward. I know that some people are saying maybe Pence has it. As of right now, he's tested negative. Joe Biden has also tested negative. Until I see something otherwise, I'm going to assume that both of them do not have it. I know that there's some people that still think that there's a chance, and there are arguments to make that maybe there's incubation periods and things like that as to why they haven't shown up as being tested positive. I'm going to assume that they're tested negative. So Biden, Pence. Let's say Trump is unable to do it. I think Biden runs away with it. I really do. I don't think that it's just. It would look like a mess. And that is Biden's whole appeal, is that he is not the messy candidate, that he is the return to normalcy. He's the return to calmness. He's the return to all these things. That is literally 100% of Biden's appeal. It's not policy. It's not excitement. It is that. It is the idea that he is unthreatening and that he will make things go back to normal. Normal, quote unquote. I think that this really, really helps Biden. And now I know Biden has recently announced that he will not be running any more negative ads on Donald Trump. Now, this was a decision that was made before it was announced that Donald Trump has tested positive for coronavirus. Frankly, I don't understand the strategy behind that, really. I don't get why you don't. Because that's kind of Biden's whole campaign, is that Trump is bad, you should vote for me. So the idea that you would stop running negative ads, I know some people would think it's in bad taste because Donald Trump is sick, but I don't know, like, can still run negative ads. He's still the president. He's not like above criticism because he's sick. So probably bad strategy by Biden, but I've disagreed with many of the things that Biden has done this campaign, and he is very much in the lead in my opinion. So this, could be another area where we differ, but he's doing well. So I think that even if Trump gets better and he is still able to run, I think that this is a bigger advantage towards Biden. Now, I do think that it doesn't become impossible for Trump to win. But I think that there's a lot of people who are just tired of the chaos of right now. They're tired of like the debate being a mess. They're tired of there being a pandemic and the lockdowns and the riots. And even though I'm saying that there isn't all these riots that people are saying. Like, people are very much overstating how many riots there are. But there's this feeling that this is happening. If you tune on Fox News, they make it seem like there's riots all the time. People don't like that. Like, people don't like feeling like they're living in chaos. And so I think that is more advantageous to Biden. And I think that feeling like Trump might be sick and just it's concerning to a lot of people. And I think that really is going to help out Biden. So anyway, that's kind of what I feel like are the main implications, the takeaways. I think that this will help Biden's campaign. How much? I think it's up in the air. Especially, I think a huge question mark is whether or not Trump is able to still run. I think that as of right now, that's probably the most likely scenario, is that he will still run and that he'll get better, because he really is going to be getting the top medical care that he could possibly be getting. But from that, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Anyway, if you disagree with anything I said, please leave a comment down below. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and have a great day.